And then when it comes to the agent actually making calculations, I always outsource that to N8N or some type of custom code. But usually, probably for this, we're going to be using N8N because I think N8N is able to build Google Sheets. I'm not sure if it's able to use Excel, and I like Google Sheets more. So we're going to actually save these estimates on Google Sheets. So anyway, we're going to put this down here. We're going to say this is our N8N. And then this is going to be our calculation. Let's just say, yeah, calculation layer. So this is what's going to, well, not even just calculation. It's also going to be proposal. So remember, another thing I want to have is that I want it to, so proposal template creation and then Google Sheets estimate creation. So it should be able to create a Google Sheets estimate. So it should be able to append all of that data onto a Google Sheets calculator, very similar to how you probably run your concrete bids using some type of Excel or Google Sheet. And then I want that to save in a folder. So it's going to save that in a folder, create it, save it in a folder, and then it's also going to create a bid for you to actually send out to your customer, or an estimate for you actually to send out to your customer. And that's going to be a little bit more polished. We'll do our opulence concrete. We'll do like a little fun branding for it. And yeah, and then we're going to test the functionality for that. It'd be nice too if we could also save that database save. And then we'll say customer facing estimate creation / database save. Okay, so this N8N is the calculation layer. It is the proposal template creation. It's going to create a Google Sheets estimate, and then it's also going to create a customer facing that's like a pyramid scheme, isn't it? A customer-facing proposal or estimate to then send to them, and then also having that be saved in some type of database, which will probably be Google Drive. Let me think if there's anything else. So yeah, this is kind of a three-step process. We're going to start on V0 to create the front-end little dashboard. We'll go ahead and get that posted on Vercel on its own. Vercel is good for hosting simple web apps. Their free tier is insane. You can host a lot of things. So we'll get that hosted. We're then going to, I'm probably going to build out a form. I'm going to build out a form because there's a couple of ways I can do this. I can either run with, in my imaginary concrete company, I can create my own annual overhead form. And then for the video, I can create if you're a concrete estimator and maybe you don't have your annual overhead concrete estimator. If you're a concrete company and you don't already have your annual overhead, that number calculated, I could just create a little, like a simple form that you could fill out, or like a little PDF that shows you what you need to find out and what you need to calculate in order to find it. I think for the sake of just, hating myself and making myself get locked in my room for even longer than I have to, I'll probably go ahead and build out this annual overhead question form. So it can start from, okay, even if you don't have your annual overhead calculated, even on this solution, you do have to find your numbers, but as long as you can enter your numbers in, that's going to be the only thing that you're going to need to enter your numbers into, because the voice agent will then take over from there. I can have the voice agent ask all of the questions for calculating the annual overhead, but that's a lot of questions piled on, and I think I'd rather keep it for the voice agent already understanding what your annual overhead is and just having that factored in on the back end, and the only questions it asks is for a new project that's coming online. So I think we should go ahead and just start building. We are going to start in V0, like I said. So we're going to say, I need you to build an HTML page. This page is for a concrete company named Opulence Pro Concrete. The website design should be rustic modern. It will include a embedded Vapi voice agent code in order to connect with a voice agent. It will also contain a button that takes users to a form that is titled annual overhead calculation, that they can fill out. There needs to be for the data that is filled into there needs to be functionality for the data that is filled into the form to be stored. Let's say we also, because we're going to start hooking it up right now. Like I said, we want to have another page. Should be another page that displays ready-made. Okay, actually we should be up here. I'm going to say styling, and then we're going to say functionality, and we're going to say up here overview. Build an HTML page, a page for a concrete company named Opulence Pro Concrete. This page is a estimator tool that helps This page is responsible for housing embedded code for a Vapi voice agent, a form for calculating annual overhead, and a place to display finished. Should be rustic and modern. The colors should be white, orange, and blue. Simple. Not too worried about styling. I'm kind of more for functionality right now. Okay, so functionality include a embedded Vapi voice agent. In order, it also contain a button that takes users to a form that is titled annual overhead that they can fill out. There needs to be functionality for the data to be that is filled into the form to be stored. There should be another page that displays the estimates once they are created. A back-end N8N automation will generate a HTML template with the HTML template that is the estimate, comma, this website needs to have a API server that the automation can post to when it is ready. displays the estimate. Okay. The order of the title should be top Opulence Pro Concrete. Below the title should be a subheading that reads Estimator. Okay. Okay, well, I didn't, I guess, fully mean to start, but I'll just go ahead and read it. I need you to build an HTML page that is for a concrete company named Opulence Pro Concrete. This page is an estimator tool that helps Opulence Pro Concrete create timely estimates for new jobs. The page is responsible for housing embedded code for a Vapi voice agent, a form for calculating annual overhead, and a place to display finished estimates. The website should be rustic modern. The colors should be white, orange, and blue. It will include an embedded Vapi voice agent code in order to connect the Vapi voice agent. It will also contain a button that takes users to a form that is titled Annual Overhead Calculation that they can fill out. There needs to be functionality for the data that is filled out into the form to be stored. There should be another page that displays the estimates once they are created. A backend end-to-end automation will generate the HTML template that is the estimate. So this website needs to have an API server that the automation can post to when it is ready. Looks like it's done. Okay, there's the generated estimate, calculate annual overhead. Okay, cool. So we got a good place to start. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and I want to copy the app code. Oh, is it still generating? trying to add the Vapi integration. So at this time, let's go ahead, while it's doing that, we're going to go ahead and start with the Vapi. That guy looks happy. Let's go to Vapi. Yeah. What the hell? Where is that? Just kidding. Let's go here. And now we're going to build our voice agent. Fun, fun, fun. You guys like sugar-free Red Bull? I don't. Let's create a new assistant. This guy's going to be Ambulance Pro Concrete. And we're going to do a blank template because we're kind of badasses like that. What I also think is fun is let's go to my favorite place, 11 Labs, and let's go figure out a voice that we want to use.
Hi, I'm Alex and I'll be your guide. Today we'll discuss cryptocurrency as it relates to you.
Hi mga mahal kong kaboses. Ako po si Ate Lynn.
Le clone le plus professionnel et le plus stable sur 11 Labs, c'est le mien. Entraîné avec des heures de narration dans un studio dernier cri. Le clone le plus professionnel et le plus stable sur 11 Labs, c'est le mien. Entraîné avec des heures...
Hey, I'm Zara. Let's create something that feels real, sounds human.
Okay, Zara. You're creating something that feels real inside me. Just kidding. I have a girlfriend.
A laugh can chase away the shadows of a long day.
A laugh can chase away the shadows.
Innovation is building a bridge from problem to...
Can we keep exploring? What are some other ones?
Just like a river fish, resilience flows through...
Julius Robert Oppenheimer was an American physicist.
Hi, I'm Alex and I'll be your guide.
Hey, I'm Zara. Let's create something.
Find a comfortable place to lie down.
Either you run the day or the day...
Well,
Leonie Verga. Let's begin by closing your eyes.
I want to get like energetic. I want to get like pumped up. Angry 40-year-old.
Tell you, the family is the only important thing in the world. Repeat it. Repeat it now. It's all...
Grumpy grandma or grandpa.
Believe in yourself and anything becomes possible to achieve.
Listen up, pipsqueak. My forehead veins are popping, and I can't wait to tell people how wrong they are. Go ahead, play round. See what terrible things I say.
That one's pretty good.
I begged you to fight for us, just once, but you walked away like I was...
Ah! Behold!
I tell you.
The name is Jack, and I've got my eyes set on you, little...
Soy Mari Carmen y Sangri, y estoy cabreada.
Listen up, pipsqueak. My forehead veins are popping.
I kind of like this one. I think we're going to do Angry Al. What made him so angry? Okay, so when you want to go copy a voice or get a voice, you got to waste your money on 11 Labs. But you go here to copy voice ID, and then you go to Vapi and you go to voice. I hate it when it does this. And you go to... Vapi is so annoying. I don't know. It's something about Brave, the browser I use. Only with Vapi, it like weirdly like configures my screen. Okay, if I click voice, can you not do that, please? Oh, shoot. Okay, so I switched it to 11 Labs, and I go enter voice ID manually, and then just like that, if I was able to frickin' publish it, but when it does this, I can't publish it. So we're going to have to go and redo it again. Okay. Voice should be down. Okay, and then we publish it up there. Couldn't find 11 Labs voice. Why is that? Does it not exist?
Believe in yourself and anything becomes possible.
Oh, do I have to download it? I think that's what it is.
Listen up, pipsqueak. My forehead veins are popping, and I can't wait to tell people how wrong they are.
It's because you have to go download the voice first to My Voices, pretty sure. Yeah, My Voices. Then we take it, because it's something with a credential, so it like reads straight from whatever you've downloaded. And then let's see if it can recognize it now. Yeah, there we go. Okay, Angry Al is in. Let's worry about the prompt in a second. Let's see how our thing is ready. Okay, this is wrong, but we'll figure it out. Where does this go to? Okay, cool. Goes to there. Yeah, so let's... be voice. Oh, okay, we can change the colors. Awesome. I didn't know that. Let's go ahead and see what these colors are. It's really ugly, but we'll just stick with it. Okay. Okay, actually we should switch these. I want this one to be accent color to be white. CTA button color should be orange. And then does white look good on orange? Yeah, it does. Widget title. Okay, let's go ahead and copy this widget and then Vapi widget. Implement it. Yeah, this is, I guess I didn't know what I was asking for when I asked for rustic. Whatever. Oh, I haven't looked at my phone in more than 20 minutes. I'm gonna die. You think we got another subscriber yet? Oh, we didn't. 70 subscribers. Nice. Oh, that doesn't look nice.
Hello. Hi there. How can I help you today? Sure. What are you trying to estimate? Let me know the details and I'll do my best to help.
Funny. That looks ugly. So we're actually going to go and make that not so frickin' background color. Yeah, the accent color was supposed to be orange. The button text color. I think if it's going to be down here, we're going to. Also, I don't know why this is a React page. I thought it should have been an HTML, but I don't know. I don't know. All right, what do we got? Okay, that looks better. Go ahead and get rid of the voice assistator widget, comma. Vapi embedded code isn't at the bottom right corner. So I want to get rid of this. I actually found that it's actually better to get the styling how you want in the beginning before you start doing a lot of functionality. The widget isn't, I'm not as worried about, because that code doesn't need to be changed. It just needs to be put in the right place. But for other projects I've done where I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to build for functionality first and then try to do for aesthetics later. When you try to then go shift every widget or HTML page for aesthetics, it just really screws up the code. So I recommend get it looking good first and then try to go for functionality. So speaking of that, okay, like what is this button? You can't even see the button. Interesting. So this button is what actually makes this thing pop up. I think the next thing, once we get this styling nailed, I think the next thing we should do is probably create the form for the annual overhead cost, which I'm going to go ahead and compile my research and put it into one easy to do form. And then we're going to go ahead and make sure that so we need the calculation from that form to get saved somewhere. So we're probably going to use Google Drive as our database. We'll just pick a folder, create a folder for it. So when the actual agent wants to go create more estimates or bids, he'll just go first pull out that number, that annual overhead cost number, be applied, and then go and create the rest of them. That didn't change much at all. God, I hate it when it does that. So I think we're just going to cut our losses, and I'm going to go ahead and do a whole nother run through and see if it can nail the styling on another go round. All right, since you've been gone, I went ahead and recreated the front end. I went ahead and had Claude Opus actually design it because it's just a lot better. And then I just and pasted that HTML file into V0. And now what I'm trying to do is configure this overhead calculation to actually be able to send data to my N8N backend. And the issue that I'm finding is because we are hosting N8N on our own server, there's a credential issue with getting this to send over, so I'm trying to debug that. Let's see what chat says. So I figured out previously I had this issue. We are creating something very exciting, one of our first products, but we ended up creating a an actual firewall. So this is the token that we need to use to access it when other apps are trying to reach our N8N. This is this. Look over here when we submit calculation. Boom! We got a trigger. So let's start building out our N8N. I'll go ahead and throw this guy up in here. And we are going to start building. Copy to editor. All of that data should come through. Boom. Okay, cool. We're going to go ahead and set that like such. Make sure I'm talking into the microphone. Boom. Boom. Safety, equipment, appreciation. I think I've been at it now for like 5 hours. I really do like V0, and I tend to like, on a lot of these demos that I do, I tend to build front ends for them. A lot of people just do the automations itself and they'll explain it in their videos, but I don't know. I just feel like it's a little bit better if you can like have a front end to show and then switch tabs to the automation. I mean, especially for what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to... Okay, that's interesting. That's now looks like that. Let's go ahead and actually go make sure this just says, let's just say with all, save. And I'm just curious what happens. Because it should be running now. Okay, now we fixed it, and now we can go to the next thing. So whatever, we got the first calculation done. Let's go ahead and figure out why. Oh, we need to get our voice agent down here. For some reason, it's not displaying. All right, we got the widget on. That thing's working. Let's go figure out what we're supposed to do. Okay, that is good. That is good. This is great. So it will be a form. So that is good. Okay, it made everything that. That's not what I wanted. Questions about the scope of the project. Okay, now we need to get into prompting the Vapi voice agent to actually go and ask questions about the project. And then we just need to give it a tool to where it can go and send those. Once it's asked all the questions, it then needs to send it to another end-to-end workflow, which will do more calculations. And then we need that end-to-end workflow to then send the finished. And I'm thinking we'll do a polling time or something like that, where we'll just poll and check to see if it's been sent yet. And then also within that end-to-end workflow, we have to have it create a Google Sheets calculation for like an actual more scoped out estimate. As much as I want to rot in front of this screen and just continue to build AI, you got to get the gains. Just hit the gym, got my protein shake, well, both of those. Yeah, where did we leave off? We got to create the voice agent. We got to actually make him ask questions. Let's get into it, shall we? So, step 2. What we have to do is go to the Assistance, Opulence Pro Concrete, And we just got to tell it to start asking some questions. So okay, so we've got some prompt in. I'll go ahead and read it. You are an assistant for the concrete company Opulence Pro Concrete. It is your job to help management calculate new project estimates. Your job is to follow the script of questions that are provided in your prompt and use your tool to send over the data that you can capture through your conversation to a back-end calculation logic. I just read all of those words, but my brain was completely somewhere else, so I don't actually even know if that is coherent. But I'm not going to go reread it. Next is task. So number 1, you want to identify if the user is wanting to create a new project estimate. You will know that the user wants to create a new estimate if he responds to your initial question with something like, I want to create a new estimate for the project. Or, let's create a new estimate for the project. The keywords are new, estimate, and project. .1 If the user is not wanting to create a new estimate, answer their questions to the best of your ability. If the user wants to create a new estimate, walk them down the series of new estimate questions. Refer to the new estimate questions section in the prompt. You must answer these questions in sequential order. You must ask. Good thing we read them. Good thing we read our prompts. You must ask these questions in sequential order, one after the other. After you ask the first question, you wait for a response. Once the response is given, you take note of it and ask the next question. And so on. Once all questions are asked, you will use your generate estimate tool in order to send a JSON payload to an N8N workflow that will create the actual estimate. We're going to have our tool section, which is going to be generate estimate. The only tool we need right now. Questions. New estimate questions. Make sure it lines up. This is where we onboard ChatGPT. So a good tip, if you guys are if you watched a YouTube video that had a lot of really cool content or really cool, like for example, I've been watching this guy for learning a bit more about creating estimates in construction and then also in concrete. You just go down here, you scroll down to more, you say show transcript. You can toggle those timestamps off. You can copy and paste all this transcript and then you can save it as a new text editor file in there. Control Shift S, save it somewhere, and then when you want to go back into chat, you can just paste that file in. You can also just copy and paste that entire text in the chat bar, but that method is a lot better for setting up projects. You can upload your context a little bit easier if it's in file form. Scope type, what are we pouring? Driveway, patio, walkway. For the first area, what are the length and width in feet? Okay, thickness is good. Finish, great. Reinforcement, base, rock, and prep. We price 2 inches. Demo or haul off. Are we removing old concrete asphalt pavers? About how many square feet? Access, great. Pump, timeline. Got it. This is cool. So we're actually going to add this to our first step. I think it's going to be important to make this agent first say these assumptions because then if the assumptions are different, the agent can then factor that in, and a back-end calculation logic can take care of. So this should technically be 3. We're going to make this 2. This is 4. Okay, cool. Tools. Sure, new estimate questions. We're going to put the assumptions before that. We're going to do assumptions. I want to say... Okay, I'm curious about how it sounds, so let's talk to it.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi there. Are you looking to create a new estimate for a concrete project today?
This is the most annoying voice I could have chosen. I'm definitely switching it. But yes, I'm looking to make a new estimate.
Understood. Let's go ahead and get started with your new project estimate. First, I'll walk you through make sure everything aligns with your project needs. 1. Thickness. We usually default to 4 inches, unless you're choosing 5 or 6 inches. 2.
Okay, I don't like how it says we usually. From... I wanted to speak from, like, as if it's another day on the job, boss. Alright, let's see how that works. Basically just told it, you should be here.
Hello.
Alright, I gotta switch the voice, man. I gotta. I can't do this voice. It's really bad.
Innovation is built.
It's not about what we have or what we achieve, but about how we experience.
The earth whispers its secrets through the rustling leaves.
Innovation is building a bridge.
Now, let me tell.
A leader should accurately... It's not about what we have or what we achieve, but about how we experience each moment. This is the most profound secret of life.
Yes, it is, Archer. Yes, it is.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, boss. Are we doing another usual job?
Yeah, we're gonna be doing another estimate today.
Alright, let's get this estimate started. Let's run through the assumptions first to make sure we're on the same page. Thickness. 4 unless you choose 5. 6. Finish. Broom unless you choose and 6. Rock. 2. Compacted. Access. Normal.
It's reading that section so robotically. Seeing issues with having it be like this, so I'm asking chat to reformat this assumption section to instruct this voice agent to actually speak it like it's a human. So I'm finding out that when you put numbers like this, it gets tripped up a bit. So it seems it would be better to just kind of give it. I think like if it just actually read out like number 3 in like letters at 36-inch fiber.
Hello.
Hey, we're doing a new estimate today.
Alright boss, let's get this new estimate going. First, let me confirm the standard assumptions. I'll price a standard 4-inch slab with a broom finish. Do you want 5-inch, 6-inch or a different finish? Default is number 3.
We're going to stick with 5-inch.
Got it boss, 5-inch slab with a broom finish. Next up, the reinforcement and base. Our default is number 3 rebar on 36 inches centers over about 2 inches of compacted base. Any changes to steel, fiber or base?
No, we can keep that the same.
Alright, we'll stick to number 3 rebar on 36 inches centers over 2 inches of compacted base. Now, can the truck get close? If it's a long push, tight gate, stairs or no truck access, I'll need to mark a pump required. What's the access situation?
No, we got lucky this time. We're going to be able to drive up right to it.
Great plan with no pump required. Finally, I'll carry about 8% extra concrete and include standard strip and cleanup. Let me do a quick recap. A 5 inches slab with a broom finish, number 3 rebar on 36 inches centers, about 2 inches of base, normal access with no pump required. Is that correct?
Sounds great.
Perfect. I'm sending the JSON.
No,
Here
you're
is the
not.
JSON.
Yeah, so maybe instead of like breaking up the assumptions, we're actually just gonna we'll keep the assumptions section first, and then the new estimate questions need to come here. So let me get my authorized headers in here, and you're not allowed to see them. So we're all gonna learn something. I was just sending an API request from Vapi to my hosted instance of N8N, and it wasn't working. So I'm figuring out why just clicking. I clicked a checkbox that just said cores, C-O-R-S, and it worked. So I'm kind of curious why. Browsers have a strict house rule called same origin policy. Translation: I only trust people from my own dorm. So when your page tries to talk to n8noptimusfunnels.com and you include special stuff like a custom header, hold up. Fuck RAs, man. Nah, I actually had a pretty chill RA. The phone call in the core is pre-flight and options request. If N8N or the proxy in front of it doesn't answer with the magic words access control, allow origin, and friends, the browser blocks you. That's the network error. A course proxy is just a courier who is allowed in. The courier walks off campus, server to server, to N8N. Browsers don't police server to server, no house rules there. The courier brings the reply back and adds the permission slip course header. So your browser says, cool, you're from our dorm, and lets it through. Your page, okay, course proxy, no. You send a custom header, whatever, N8N, or your front blocks, that forces the pre-flight. N8N didn't reply with the right course header, so the browser blocked it. Production, so you're not dependent on random proxy, pick one. Okay, cool. Okay, so now I am setting up this is what the values are going to come through as. The agent's going to fill these in. Base and prep. I'm going to have to go back and fix my my prompt a little bit, because I want to make it very clear that each of those questions lines up to these variables. So I'm going to go out there and I'm going to double check it. Not double check it. I'm going to give it more context on that. And then I'm also going to, okay, we got timeline. I'm also going to add variables for the assumptions. First, I'll just go ahead and give it this tool. Generate estimate, publish, but we're going to go back here and shoot. Did I really not save those questions? Come on. Come on. Okay, we'll up, and then we're gonna come into, actually back into here. By each question, there is specification for what variable matches up to what question. Okay, so we'll say we're gonna do it like this. Boom. We're gonna give it a 1, and then we're gonna say variable equals address. 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, and then we're going to do variable equals, oh, I spelled that wrong. Nice. God dang it, how hard is it to copy? Boom. 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 Yup. Yup. And we're gonna say, I need you to fill in the variable equals section with all the correct variables. It can't mess this up, right? Yeah, I forgot how literal Chat GPT or how Chat 5 is. Like you do have to give it kind of doesn't guess as much. Well, I take that back. Whatever. It'll work. Or it won't. And then I'll fix it. Numbers in there. We're just gonna get wiped. So now I want to figure out which variables I need to put for this section. Thickness required. Don't I already have thickness? I do. Shit. This is gonna have to... See, I don't know. I think actually, as a matter of fact, I'm not gonna put those in. I don't think those are going to be necessary. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of this section.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey boss. Are we doing another usual job, setting up a new estimate for a project?
Hell yeah, we are. Let's get this new project going.
Perfect. Let's dive right in. For this new estimate, I'll be making the following standard assumptions. We'll price a standard 4-inch slab with a broom finish. Let me know if you want a 5-inch, 6-inch, or a different finish.
We're gonna stick with 4-inch.
Got it. We're sticking with the standard 4 inches slab. Now, the default for reinforcement is number 3 rebar on 36 inches centers over about 2 inches. Any changes to steel, fiber, or base?
No.
Alright, we'll keep the reinforcement as number 3 rebar on 36 inches centers over about 2 inches of compacted base. Can the truck get close, or should I mark up access, such as a long push, tight gate, stairs, or no truck access?
We got lucky. The truck can get super close.
Great to hear. Super easy access with no pump required. I'll carry about 8% extra concrete and include stand firm one more time. We're working with a 4 inches broom finish, number 3 rebar on 36 inches centers, about 2 inches of base, and normal access with no pump needed. Is everything correct, boss?
Yeah, it's all good.
Alright, let's get down to the specifics for this new project estimate. Job address and city.
300 Northeast Whitman Street.
Thanks. That's 300 Northeast Whitman Street. Next up, what are we pouring? Driveway, patio, walkway, steps, garage slab, or other? Feel free to list it.
We're just doing a flat driveway.
Got it, a flat driveway. Now for the area sizes, by width in feet, or total square footage if you have it. And let me know if we're adding more areas.
Feet by 30.
Alright, that's 20 by 30 for the driveway. Next question, sticking with standard 4 inches thickness throughout? Or are we mixing in any 5 or 6 inches sections?
4 inch.
Understood. Sticking with the standard 4 inches thickness. For the finish style, broom, standard, smooth, stamped finish it is. Default is number 3 rebar on 36 inches centers. Shall we keep that, or do we change spacing and size, add fiber, or make other changes?
Let's keep that reinforcement default.
Keeping the reinforcement as number 3 rebar on 36 inch centers. Next up, we'll carry about 2 inches of compacted base. Any soft subgrade or uneven spots?
No.
Alright, no extra base prep needed. How about demo and haul off, boss? Are we removing existing concrete, asphalt, or pavers? If so, rough square footage to remove.
We're going to be removing a small cabana, and it is 10 feet by 10 feet.
Got it. Removing a small cabana that's 10 feet by 10 feet. Next up, access. Can we get equipment to the pour area like gates,
nope.
stairs, long pushes, or...
We're good. We can go right up to it.
Great. Easy access to the poor area. Do we need a concrete pump or can the truck back close enough? Sounds like it's close enough, but just to confirm.
Yeah, no, it's close enough. I like the confirming there.
Alright, boss. No pump needed since the truck can get close. Last question. What's the scheduling target? Normal, rush within 7 days, or flexible?
Let's get this rushed within 7 days. They're some of my close friends.
Got it. We'll target a rush schedule, pouring within 7 days. Let me package this all up and send it over to get your estimate ready.
Let's go.
One moment, boss.
He had a frickin' rocket. Bro had a rocket. Well, that didn't go to plan, but let's see if our data came through. Nope! It did not. Wait, maybe? Nope, it did not. Okay, why did it not come through? Hey! Can we focus? Thank you. Why did we not come through? Did we come through here? Perhaps? Maybe here? This one? No. I think maybe I have to set up the... maybe I do like a custom response body. It needs to be in the request body. Silly goose. Alright, I just
Hello.
redid everything and put it in here now. But okay, yeah, let's do an estimate.
Alright, boss, let's gear up for a fresh estimate on this project. First, I'll quickly run through our standard assumptions, and you let me know if anything needs changing. Thickness and finish. I'll price a standard 4-inch slab with a broom finish. Do you want 5-inch, 6-inch, or a different finish? Reinforcement and base. Default is number 3 rebar at 36-inch centers over about 2 inches of compacted base. Any changes to steel?
No changes.
Axe. Great. Can the truck get close? If it's a long push, tight gate, stairs, or no truck access, I'll mark a pump required.
No, the truck can get close.
Perfect, boss. I'll carry about 8% extra concrete and include standard strip and cleanup. Just confirming, 4 inches broom finish, number 3 rebar at 36 inches centers, about 2 inches of base, normal access with no pump. Is that correct?
Correct.
Alright, let's dive into the specifics now. First up, job address and city. Where are we working?
300 Northeast Whitman Street.
Now, what are we pouring? Driveway, patio, walkway, steps, garage slab, or something else? Let me know if it's one or
a pretty smooth driveway.
Alright, smooth driveway it is. Gotcha, a nice smooth flat driveway. Let's move on to area sizes. First area, give me length by width in feet or total square. Multiple.
20 by 30.
Alright, 20 by 30. Anything else for additional areas, or should I stick with this one?
No, stick with that one.
Got it. Just the 20 by 30 area. Thickness. Plan standard is 4 inches. Any sections needing 5-inch or 6-inch adjustments?
Nope.
And smooth, we'll go with smooth. Correct?
Correct.
Smooth finish it is. Default is in the centers. Shall we keep that basing size or adding fiber?
Let's keep that.
Got it. Number 3 rebar at 36-inch centers stays. Now for 2 inches of compacted base by default, but are there any soft subgrade or uneven spots that need extra prep?
Nope.
Alright, 2 inches of compacted base will do. Now demo and haul off. Are we removing any existing concrete, asphalt, or pavers? If yes, what's the rough square?
A wooden gazebo that's about 10 by 10 feet.
Got it. We'll factor in removing a wooden gazebo about 10 by 10 feet. Now for access, can we get equipment to the pour area? Any tight gates, stairs, long pushes, or obstacles? Perfect, so normal access with no obstacles. Next up, pump. Do we need a concrete pump or can the truck back close enough? Sounds like truck's good, boss.
Yep, truck's good.
Filling target. Normal, rush within 7 days or flexible.
We want to get it rushed.
Please hold on. Request is in the works. We've marked this as a rush job, so we'll get things rolling within 7 days. Anything else you need for this project? Alright, boss. I'll get back to you once the estimate is finalized. Let me know if anything else comes up. We're ready to...
So it made it through. Let's see what made... We got the address, no pump needed, scope, driveway, access is normal, finish smooth. We got to rush it within thickness 4 inches, area size 20 by 30. Mentioned feet, but we can do some prompting there. Demo hall after removing a wooden gazebo, and then reinforcement. Okay, so we got our data coming through. It did miss the finish, but I think it's maybe because I didn't. Oh no, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. Everything came through. This is awesome. Okay, we got it pinned. So let's go ahead and start building this back-end calculation, and then we're done. All right, we are back. Day 2. Let's finish up this build, shall we? Okay, so our goal is to create an accurate quote, and some less skilled engineer this into an AI agent and say, here, make a quote. That's not going to work. In order to make quotes, actually accurate, you need to give resources to it. So, in this case, what I've found is there needs to be some type of price or material price database, prompted calculation logic, so we can say material pricing database, but then also kind of labor pricing database. So really just pricing database. You got to have it grounded in some place. So let's go ahead and look at. I'll consult ChatGPT, and we'll figure out exactly what we should put into the pricing database. I'm going to go ahead and create Snohomish concrete pricing. I'm going to create a Google Sheets, like an anchored pricing guide for the agent to pull so it can run its calculations. All right, got a little carried away. Ended up creating a pricing database for Snohomish County. We're running with a crew size of 6 guys, and then we are creating a project quoter. We're making sure we feed in all of the data here so it has context. Actually going to this is giving context to the agent in the user message. So each time a model is messaged using this agent node, this will pop up as context. And it's variable, because these are all JSON variables. So whatever new data comes in, the agent will then see that. But the structure, this plain text, is going to stay the same. So it will always know what answer is really question. Okay, we got the data there. We got to do some prompting. We got to grab a parser. Oh, this is auto-fixing. I don't need that. Okay, let's figure out what our prompt's going to be and what the part. Oh, actually, we don't want to respond to webhook. We need to send an API, an HTTP request. That's what we're going to need to do. And I think actually we might want to do, I did want to create a breakdown. I wanted to have it create a spreadsheet to kind of like log the quote. So we'll log the quote and then we'll return it. And this will actually display it. Cool. Let's. All right, we got some more stuff coming in. I'm kind of just for the sake of saving time, trying to just plow through this. Pause. So what we got here is we have the project quoter. So he's going to spit out the actual numbers, and then this node's going to create this spreadsheet or this sheet within this job. And this will change each time. So each time it runs through, it'll make a new estimate or a new job log in here. And this guy is just basically going to be in charge of inputting that data into it. So now what we have to do is we just have to compile this this basically quote log in a structured way, which I will do right. Do ba do ba do. Do ba do ba do. Boot to get to get back back boot to get back to get back back. Boot to cat to boot to boot to cat tap boot to cat to boot to boot to cat cat boop. Boop 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 boop. Why do you have an extra line? I know you have an extra line. Oh, because they're stupid. Silly. Silly me. Alright, labor cost. Let's just get these all pasted in. I have found that O1 is the best math model, or any of the O series. So O3 is also really good. I just don't trust GPT-5 to consistently do good math. And honestly, like, I mean, I'll say it, like, O1 consistently, I've always found O1 is very consistent with math. And for some reason, I'm remembering O1 being better than O3 at math, but this could be me talking out of my ass. Yeah. How much money we making? Let's do good old control. That's everything. Let's do boom. Let's say profit, and then we could go gross profit. Oh no, we want that to be here. And then we want gross profit. Okay, and then we're just gonna have a small it's gonna be a notes column. Okay, let's go ahead and make this. Some light red. I actually like that lighter red. Make this one darker. We'll give these guys a grid. call it good. We'll make this one green. Money. Make this one super green. Give that a grid. And then we will just have, this will be clipped. Frick it. Let's just make this one pink. Actually, no, that's not very, I feel like this is too colorful. I feel like notes should be by, notes should be in here. And we'll just have this one a clip. Sure it's the same orange, which is not. Okay. So that's the structure that we want. Let's go and see now. I'm going to go over here. Actually, we'll go to this version. Okay. The date needs to actually... from this, what happens? Execute step. What does it do? Okay, cool. It creates a new one. Somehow, though, I wanted to create off of this template, which I'm not sure how to do. Oh, another jarring crap, actually. Yeah, this is okay to delete. So I went ahead and elected to do a Google Doc instead to the quotes, because I would need to install a CP, and this video is getting towards the end. I will definitely probably install, I will install the Google Sheets MCP. It's just a little bit weird because they already have Google Sheets native nodes. The issue I was running into was if you wanted to go update a row in a sheet, it was so, like, you can't, I was finding it difficult to get the agent to, like, basically filter stuff into this sheet, which I will have to learn to do in the future because I want to be able to create sheets like this using these agents. But now the last step is just getting this display quote back to the front end. So let's go ahead and close all of this and put this homie right back in here. Have a lot of stuff open. Oh my goodness. This guy is done. Calculation layer is done. So let's get it back to this front end. Let's see what it says. $7,299 for that. Let's figure out the API for it. Just going to update the root file. We will then go ahead and I just deleted the project. I deleted the front end. I have to recreate it all now. Oh, fuck. What if you could just speak to somebody and they could auto quote your jobs for you? Well, that's exactly what I built today. I know that a lot of the quoting that's done in the concrete industry as well as a lot of the construction industry is done through Excel or sometimes pen and paper, and I want to show you guys a new cool way to do that with a voice agent. So we're going to talk with this voice agent. It's going to lead us down a series of questions, and then it's going to go actually calculate the estimate and save that estimate for a project into our Google Drive where all of our other estimates are kept. So let's start.
Hello.
Hey.
Are we doing another usual job, boss?
We're doing another usual job. Let's get that estimate going.
Great. I'll read off the assumptions first. I'll price a standard 4-inch slab with a broom finish. Do you want 5-inch, 6-inch, or a different? Alright, I'll keep it to the 4 inches slab with a broom finish. Default is number 3 rebar on 36 inches centers over about 2 inches of compacted base. Deal fiber or base?
No.
Alright, boss. Can the truck get close? If it's a long push, tight gate, stairs, or no truck access, I'll mark a pump required.
Get right up there.
I'll carry about 8% extra concrete and include standard strip and cleanup. Confirming 4 inches broom finish, number 3 rebar on 36 inches center access with no pump. Is that correct?
No, we're going to switch that finish to something else, but we'll worry about that in a bit.
Alright, we'll address that in a bit. 1. Job address and city.
It is going to be 98412 Snohomish Way Drive.
Great, we've got that. Now what are we pouring? Driveway, patio, walkway, steps? You can list multiples.
We're going to be pouring a simple driveway.
Got it, simple driveway. Now let's talk area sizes. First area, give me the length by width in feet, or the total square footage if you have it. Let me know.
10.
Noted, a 20 by 10 area. On to thickness. Standard is 4 inches, but any 5 or 6 inches sections you want to include?
No.
4 inches it is. Now, let's circle back to finish style. Broom is standard, but we can do smooth, exposed, or stamped. What are you thinking? Smooth finish. Got it, boss. Moving on. Reinforcement. Default is number 3 rebar at 36 inches centers. Stick with that. Change spacing or size.
We're going to stick with that, the 36.
Alright. And for base and prep, we carry about 2 inches of compacted base. Any soft subgrade or uneven?
Yeah, there's one uneven spot at the very front of the driveway, so we're going to spend a little bit extra time getting that ready.
Got it. We'll address that uneven spot at the front. Are we removing existing concrete, asphalt, or pavers? Rough square footage to remove.
Existing asphalt, it's about 15 by 10, and then we're going to replace it with the new concrete.
All right, removing the asphalt by 10 and replacing it with that fresh driveway. For access, can we get equipment to the poor area? Any tight gates, stairs, long pushes, or obstacles?
What do you think?
From what you told me earlier, the truck can get right up there with no issues, so I'd say normal access.
Correct.
Next, do we need a concrete pump? Or
No, we don't need a pump.
no pump needed then. Great. Last thing on the list, scheduling target. So, is it normal, rush within 7 days, or flexible?
We're going to go ahead and rush that.
Please hold on. All right, boss, the estimate is in the works. If there's anything else you need, just let me know.
Awesome. So it's going ahead and getting this back end work, and then it'll pop up here in a second. Perfect. So you just saw it populate there with the actual quote. The 98412 Snohomish Way Drive. There's the address again. So we got the project estimate, the hard cost, and then a simple profit. We're going to go ahead and actually go into our Google Drive to see that the estimate is also saved in here, and we can get a little bit more details in the estimate once we open it up. So you'll see we have the summary, we got that area, the thickness, the finish we're running with for this demo. Here are the concrete quantities that we'll need. We also have the costs, the estimated costs, service costs, labor and overhead costs, as well as, and finally we have the price down here.